Alright everybody, back here for another one. If you've seen my previous video on the DIY tripwire with a old grenade top. Well, what I used was just a little cap gun, little caps. What I've also seen people use is a 209 shotgun primer, which is a lot louder than obviously the caps. But as you can tell, you can't take that fuse, that spent primer out of there, can you? No. So I did a little research, looking around online, and I found where someone talked about it and that they used a 3mm drill bit to drill out the bottom here, and then a 6mm up here at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess around and see if that'll actually work. Now, the whole principle, I would guess, for the 3mm at the bottom is to allow the primer ignition to come through. I don't really need that because I'm not going to connect this to anything. It is literally just going to be this. I would never suggest trying to use that to anything else because a 209 primer has a lot of power, a lot of heat, and will not work the way you are probably trying to get it to. So that is my disclaimer. This is purely for entertainment value only. Do not do any of this. If you do, it is all on you. Bring you guys back. Like my messy shed here, right? So, as I said, this is a 3mm, aka 1/8 inch drill bit. I'm going to go right here in the top. Now with this, it'd be much better to have an actual drill press, but I don't have one. So I use what I got. Now, that actually went through a lot easier than I thought it would. Okay, so it did not, now it cleaned out this, it rimmed that out, and I got all the old primer stuff out of here, but it did not go through the top there. I don't know if my drill bit is going to be long enough, so I'm going to kind of keep messing around with it and see what happens. I'm going to try to lengthen this a little bit and so I can hear it, and then you guys probably can too. I can hear it starting to hit there, and I don't know how well it's going to show up, but it is starting to push through right there. So let's keep on going at it. Drill bit seems to be fine. And I think I'm all the way through. So it does appear to be pushed through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use the drill bit and try to pop it out. Bring you guys right. As any good army mechanic would do, get a hammer. And as you can see, there's a hole. Now that I've got that reamed out, I'm going to switch the bit to the 6mm, which is going to be 15/64 here in the free world. So bring you guys back. All right. So this here, my big old fat fingers won't really show it real well, but this is a spent 209 primer, and this is literally what I'm going to be using to try to put in here inside the top. Now the thing with that is you don't want it to go really far, because the rest of this is what's going to actually hold the primer in there. Plus you want it to be able to have the striker hit the top. So I'm going to mark on my drill bit how far down I want to go so that I won't go too far. Bring you guys back. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that. Literally, I'm not going down that much. Centimeter and a half maybe. You don't want to go down real deep with it because the primer's not all that big. But here we go. So I'm still not sure what's going on with the house, but man, it'll be nice to have an actual garage to do this stuff in. Ooh. So that went in a lot quicker than I thought it would. Like there was barely any pressure. If you guys saw that. Fits in perfect. Now it will fall out if you turn it upside down, but it'll sit in there perfect. So what it goes is you're going to use a 1/8 inch on the bottom and a 1/4 on the top. These are Remington 209 clean shot primers. 209 primers are all the same. That just happened to be the one that was sitting on top in my bedroom, in my little container. So should I set this off? We should. I'm going to rig up something real quick, and we'll set this thing off. Bring you guys back. All right, throw my head down in here. Dollar store paracord. Remember I bought that a long time ago. You never know when you're gonna need it. I'm going to step back. I don't know, I got like 5 feet, and pull this off. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That was freaking loud. My wife just came outside. Did you get all your fingers and toes? Are you alive? I'm like, yes, dear. So I wanted to bring you guys back so we can see what the primer did with it. So here we go. It actually worked way better than I thought it would. Well, so here's the thing. There's absolutely no primer left. It blew off or whatever. Where's that spent primer? Oh, okay, here's one. To see if it, I want to see if it deformed that top or not, or if it's still going to work. And it still works in there just fine. Yeah, so it worked. Remember, 1/8 on the bottom, 1/4 on the top, and I hope the cops don't show up. Hope you guys like that. Talk to you guys later.